What's up? Today we are here at Universal Studios Florida, where I'm gonna give you those mistakes that you must avoid when coming out to Halloween Horror Nights.
Mistake number 1 is not getting to Halloween Horror Nights early. Now, this is one of the biggest Halloween Horror Night mistakes that you can make. If you're lucky enough, you may be able to get into the park early and knock out 2 or 3 houses within the first hour. But do not make the mistake of just showing up to Halloween Horror Nights just because it's gotten dark outside and you're like, yeah, now it's the best time. If you get there at nighttime, you are basically too late.
Now I know I'm a solo traveler, but you don't want to go alone to this event. Although I've done it a couple of times. Not good.
Yeah, I know. I am the solo travel chick, but there's something so special about going to HHN as a group with your friends. It increases the excitement of the night so that you can create so many fun memories. And if you're like me, like I mentioned in my previous video, I gotta have 2 friends with me. I got to have one in the front of me to get in the house, and I gotta have one behind me while we're going through the house so that I can get smushed between the 2. And hopefully no scare actors will bother me, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Mistake number 3 is bringing little kids to Halloween Horror Nights. Now, I am in no position to judge you if that's the decision you make. You just have to know that Halloween Horror Nights is on a whole nother level. And the creators here, they don't hold back. They don't care that something may scar a kid or an adult for life. You just have to know your own child before you make that decision. Just know that Universal recommends this event for people who are 13 years old or older, so you decide. Mistake number 4 is not choosing the best Halloween Horror Nights outfit. Now, you have to decide what you're gonna wear. Are you gonna go all fan out Halloween Horror Night style with your old school HHN shirt and some nice shorts? Or are you gonna be like, no, I don't know what the weather is gonna be like. I am coming in my standard theme park garb just to be sure that I can handle the rain or the sun, depending on the time of the day that you arrive. But I recommend, out of all things, is to have your best sneakers, your best shoes that you know will stand the test of time because you will be doing a lot of walking. Also, you may want to consider waterproof shoes because most of the time in the early days of Halloween Horror Nights, it rains and you do not want to walk around with wet sneakers or socks.
The next mistake you don't want to make is not having a game plan for Halloween Horror Night.
This is one of the biggest Halloween Horror Night mistakes to avoid on your trip. Now, what you will want to do is to go to the Halloween Horror Nights website or ThemeParkHipster.com and download the HHN map if it's available. You want to know where the houses will be exactly at so that you can kind of route your way around the park in advance. Trust me, this is one thing that you must do in order to conquer the night. You want to also make sure you add in what route you're going to take for the scare zones and what time of the night you're going to watch the shows. Mistake number 6 is not attending Halloween Horror Nights on the off-peak nights. Now, I know that the Friday night crowd or the Saturday night crowd seems a little bit more enticing because that's a time when most of us are not working and we're free. But if you are able to go during a weekday, like a Thursday or even a Sunday night, those may be better for you as far as price-wise and being able to get through all of the Halloween Horror Nights mazes.
The next mistake you don't want to make for HHN is not getting your tickets in advance.
Now, I preach this on pretty much every guide that I have, regardless of if it's Halloween Horror Nights or theme park related. And this is one of the mistakes that people make that they don't even think about. A lot of times people come to Halloween Horror Nights and just show up and they're like, hey, I just want to get my tickets. But what you don't know is that when you buy them in advance, not only do you get a discount for buying your tickets online in advance, but you also avoid the risk of coming in on a sold out night just because you thought, hey, I could just get there and get get my ticket. Plus, sometimes when you get to that gate to get your tickets, that line is long. You don't want to do that. You have valuable time at Halloween Horror Nights. You want to get to the gate, get your ticket scanned, and get to all of those houses as soon as possible.
This one, don't get mad at me, but don't make this mistake. Don't get drunk at Halloween Horror Nights. They do not play.
The next mistake that a lot of people make at Halloween Horror Nights is not getting the Express Pass. Now, I know you're probably wondering if the Express Pass is even worth it, and I have to say that it is absolutely worth the money, and it is a must-have upgrade for HHN if you are able to afford it. You want to see these houses. They are incredible. So get that Halloween Horror Nights Express Pass, and if you're not able to get it and you're like, I just can't swing it, then you have to do things like getting there early or upgrading your ticket to the stay and screen package, where if you're at the park earlier that day, Universal will allow you to stay in one section of the park. Then you'll be able to get access to the Halloween Horror Night houses a little bit faster than some of the people who come in the traditional way.
Another mistake that you don't want to do for HHN is not upgrading your day.
And what I mean by a unique experience is things such as the VIP tour, the Unmasking the Horror tour, which is incredible. This is great for people who are not quite into Halloween Horror Nights as far as the scares, but love all the details of the set design. This is a daytime tour that allows you to see every design up close and personal. You get the behind the scenes story from incredible team members who know their stuff at Universal. You're gonna also wanna think about doing something like the Scareactor Dining, where you get an incredible meal with a few little frights next to you, but it's all so much fun. So think about doing a special experience at Halloween Horror Nights. Mistake number 10 is not staying hydrated. Yes, I know that it may be at nighttime, but Florida is still humid and it still can like suck the energy out of you. And one of the things that you're going to be doing all night is walking from house to house, screaming. All of that energy is going to require you to replenish yourself with some great water. Mistake number 11 is not watching those Halloween Horror Night vlogs. This is the best thing to do before you go to Halloween Horror Nights, is to go on YouTube, type in a specific year for Halloween Horror Nights. It could be Halloween Horror Nights 2021, 2019, 2018, even 2015, or 2005 if you can find someone's video, and just get excited. Also look for things that are like Halloween Horror Nights guides and tips, like on ThemeParkHipster's YouTube channel, or you can also do things like Halloween Horror Nights behind the scenes, where you get the official video that Universal had on cable at the time, and just watch really how much detail and how much care goes into these events. So my challenge for you is to watch one Halloween Horror Nights vlog every day before you come to the event, just to get you hyped and excited. I know that's a big deal, especially if you're not coming to October, but do that. The next mistake that some people make is wearing costumes to Halloween Horror Night. Please remember that costumes are not permitted at HHN. This is for the protection of both you, the scare actors, and also the guests of Universal Studios, and so just don't even go there.
Now, this next tip is not letting down your guard at Halloween Horror Nights. Now, I know it's going to be scary. You might be a little uptight, but just overall, just have some fun. And if you want more tips on how to have the best time at Halloween Horror Nights, then watch this video up here. And until next time, happy park hopping hipsters.